What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Creative Culture. This is your boy Nemo, and across from me, as always, we have.
This is Joey. You already know.
Aaron, we miss you, brother. He just texted us 16 more days
16
until
days.
he's back. Obviously, it'll be a lot less when this airs. But I know you guys are seeing a new setup. This is a temporary setup
For the next 3 weeks.
for the next three weeks because I'll just say a quick story. Our breaker kept going out in the studio because it's just too hot where the breaker's at, and it's just too much work to put a fan down there. So we just decided to move it here for now, temporary, until we get our new location. Which
because we're currently in transition to a new
we're
location.
in transition. Quick life update. I got a job, which is
Amen.
the job will provide really well for my family and I, and even for the podcast. So.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yes.
Let us know what you guys think about this place. I love this place.
Yeah. I wish we would have been here
Dang.
a lot sooner. To be honest,
know.
the moment I found out that they were selling the property, I should have said, "Babe, let's move it here." But for some reason, I never thought about it.
Yeah.
But then when we set up, man, I fell in love with it. We do have some new things. If you look behind us, we have some cool
lights.
What are these? I know they're lights.
They're
but
lamps. I guess they're technically lamps.
Lamps,
Yeah,
yeah.
they are. Just on a stand.
Shout out to Pastor Jonathan, the
South
South Valley Church. I loved how they had it, and I asked them, and we got them.
Yeah, we got to help lead worship over there and some stuff. And
Yeah.
And you took some pictures and recorded some videos.
did,
But, dude, they had these lamps over there. Man, they're bad.
It's just sick.
Their
So.
chapel's real nice.
Oh my God, it's good. It inspired our new I can't say.
Our
Never mind.
future
Setup. So today's topic, I think it's really great, man. I wish Aaron was here for this topic because I wish Aaron was here for every topic. I feel like he would have so much to say. But
I can't wait till he comes back. So
oh my God, I
throwing
can't
his
wait.
input
Two weeks
perspective.
technically 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
So after this one right here, another 2 more episodes.
He
and
might
then he'll be here on the third
be
episode.
here for the last episode that we were here. Maybe we'll see.
That'd be nice. Hopefully,
I hope so. But today's topic is something that I believe was really good. It was just this a few days ago I texted you about it, and it was exactly 3 days ago I texted you about it. And I was sitting at home because I was talking to my wife, which shout out to the wife again for running the cameras, babe. We appreciate you a lot.
Ashley, thank you. Ashley.
Also, our quality looks a lot better now because my wife
spent hours.
She spent at least 2-3 hours figuring out the cameras for the wide shot, for Joey's shot, even my shot. Like, she just took time, and I love that. And it ties into our topic because she's supporting us in the support. So today we're going to talk about support system. I did a question: do you really support me? That was kind of the topic, right? And so the first question that I had was, how do we show our support? Like, how do we show support? Obviously, my wife, she showed support of the podcast by taking her time, taking hours of her time that she didn't have to spend. But she said, I don't like the quality, so I want to make sure that I can, I want my husband and his best friends, our best friends, their podcast to look great. So I'm going to take time to make sure, like, to me, showing support is like when she did that, it showed like my wife is, not only does she say she supports me, but she shows me,
Exactly.
So how do you show support?
No, that's a big deal because you said not only does she say it, but she shows. So like, you got to demonstrate that support right there. And a lot of ways you can do something, but probably the biggest way you can support somebody's base through action. Through action, you do something, right? I like that you have a couple of things down right here. You said emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, or etc. Right?
Yeah.
So like, which ways you can show some support in emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, etc. Yeah. Right. So the thing that I like the most, and probably the most important way of supporting somebody, spiritually, I would say number one, because there's some people out there who content with what they have, whether it's little or a lot. They don't need anything, right? The Bible says, Psalms 23, Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing, right? So I lack nothing. God is all that we want. So sometimes the best way to show somebody support is spiritually by helping to them. And that's what you and I do, Nemo. And like every day we have conversations, great topical conversations about God, how we can better ourselves in our relationship with God, what we can be doing in progression, like our church, different ministries, how can we encourage people in our church, even outreaching, different things, right?
Yes.
So, but that's a form of supporting, is you and I having conversations and building each other up every day. Emotionally, physically, financially, It was all pretty important stuff,
Yes.
man.
I would say for me, like obviously the spiritual, you just kind of briefly
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
spiritually and emotionally, really, because you're there for even
They're
emotionally.
hand in hand.
They're hand in hand.
Yeah.
And to me, like the physical support is showing like if one of your best friends is moving, or even a friend or someone within the church, a family member in the church is moving, showing support physically by like saying, you know what, I'm gonna use my body because I might be a little stronger than you, or you just need an extra hand.
That's true.
Like it's whether it's changing a tire, doing an oil change for a friend, whether it's moving, like we moved here.
Yeah.
Like you're obviously showing support by helping me move stuff. My wife the same way.
Yeah.
My mom by she's doing something physically by watching my daughter, our daughter, while we record this podcast. Like that's to me, that's like the physical realm. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
that's true.
because
that's
you're
true.
physically there for the person.
Yeah.
While you're there for them spiritually, emotionally, and then like the financial situation is for me financially, like there's been times where friends of mine's, their kids or their youth group or whatever, or hey, we have to sell chocolates because the kids are the youth are raising fundraising for
youth events,
for a conferences. Well, you show support by giving them finances
financially. Yeah.
Financially, if you see like if you're someone's hungry, you support them by giving them financials.
Yeah, that's true.
The financial help.
Yeah, we can go deeper. Like you got some friends that if you steward your finances, you got no problem being able to give financially. You know that somebody's going through something, whether it's a family in the church, they got a lot of kids, or they just need some groceries, or even a simple gas card.
Yes.
Hey, I just want to pay for your gas. You can support them financially in that aspect too, man. There's a lot of people that could be struggling, and that I think we always overlook. So
even
that's good.
I'll give you an example. I won't mention the person's name or the couple's name, just because I don't know if they want to. I know they wouldn't want to be mentioned. But something that they did for my wife and I didn't ask for the handout. I didn't even ask. My tire blew out, and I was with this person, and he like, hey, what you gonna do? Because he saw the donut, the donut tire, and I said, oh, I'm just gonna go buy a used tire or whatever, until I can replace them all. And not once did I ask. He just literally said, oh, don't worry about it. Go buy yourself a new tire, and immediately just sent the money. I didn't ask for it, but that's supporting. Like,
and what happened when
support.
you
when I went, the tires that we have, with dude only driven them like 4 or 5 days. We returned them because I don't know if he upgraded his I don't know what he did. And I ended up getting 2 tires for the price of a brand new one.
Yeah.
And they were only driven for 4 or 5 days, so they're practically brand new.
Yeah.
So like showing support, even like shouting out. Like I want to do a couple shout outs since we're talking about support.
Okay.
Like, to me, Boss Podcast, those are our boys. I love them, right?
So Timmy B.
We're always gonna support them, by watching their content, by reposting their shorts, their reels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I repost them because those are our boys. I see Fu is like a big brother to all of us, and obviously he's a brother to us. And then another person I want to shout out is, if you see a hat behind me, which is my boy Press Pass with Chris. He's actually Brandon's cousin. And he does a lot here for the sports in the community. He's doing something real dope August 13th, where he's rented out a big room in Dave & Buster's. So he's going to have these football players, these athletes. They're going to have a press day for them. He's setting it up. He's got some former NFL players coming, like all this stuff. And to me, that's so sick because he's supporting our local Fresno State, Fresno sports in general.
Yeah.
He's showing local support. He's putting people on the map.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's dope. Like that, Brandon, H5 Limited, High Five Fit Club. H5 Limited is his clothing brand.
BrandonP.net.
Like, that's dope because, we have someone who's local who cares about our health. We back at it this week, baby. Let's go. No,
we'll get in the Brandon. Promise,
no, we call back next week. They don't choke. But like him, we support him all the time.
I'm praying for you, by the way, brother.
Oh yeah. I'm praying for you, brother. I love you, man. But just little things like that. Support by prayer. You just said something like praying for someone. That's showing support.
Yeah, my man's got hurt recently.
Yeah, man.
Or he didn't get hurt.
Yeah. Well, no, he's good now. What's like? Give us like 2-3 shout outs that you would.
Our churches, man.
Our church.
Like Northeast.
That's not even a question, bro.
That's
Of course.
It's like shout out to our church, Northeast Assembly God.
Yeah.
Well, and we got to be supporting in every way possible. That's financially, physically, spiritually, emotionally, everything.
Yeah.
You know, the people inside our church, you know, they need support, man. That's probably the number one thing. I don't know, who else can you think of?
Well, you got Reflection Church,
Reflection Church, South Valley
Celebration
Church,
South Valley,
South
which
Valley,
we're gonna
Pastor
have
Anthony
them very
Favila.
soon. Yeah, like it's just showing support to the people that even. The next question: do you always have to be in? Does the support always have to be in the limelight? Like, does it always have to be in the bright lights, social media? Hey, look at me! I'm supporting them.
And you know what? That's probably the biggest issue that you see nowadays. I think about something as simple as this. You see a lot of videos where these guys, they'll go up and they'll have videos of like giving to the homeless, right? But
Yeah.
they're recording it. Look at the homeless reaction, this and that. And so when you read those comments, the comments, you can see a lot of people, they hate on that and they bash on those people. Because like, dude, if you're going to give to these people, just give. And you don't have to have the camera.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're in a day and age where, you know, everything's got to be advertised. Everything's got to be shot and stuff. Like we love cameras. Don't get us wrong. We love recording.
We love 3 right here.
Exactly. But not everything has to be filmed, man. When it comes to the support, if it's truly from the heart, man, for the most part, I'm not saying all the time, right? Because we still, like, we record our church services, right? We'll record, like, outreaches, this and that. But for the most part, you don't want to seek self-glory, you know?
All right, right here, I put in parentheses right underneath this question: public support. Ooh, what was that? Versus private support. I think for me, the public support is great because it shows people, oh man, they're there for them. They're there for each other.
Yeah,
that's awesome. But also the private support to me is like when you go and help somebody financially, no one needs to know.
You know what? It's more like the intimate support.
It's intimacy. Like when I go to certain places, I don't post it, but I'm showing support and love to a brother of mine, to a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I haven't gone in a while, and I'm sorry.
Like public support would be like your churches.
Yeah,
we know we got an event coming up at our church. Hey, I'm gonna want to let everybody know public support. You know?
My daughter was just at Roar.
Marketing.
Your daughter was just at Roar yesterday.
Exactly.
That's
Roar.
public support.
Exactly.
The private support is when no one needs to know. It's just between one-on-one or just, you know, with a small collective group.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm showing you support. You went and I know I'm making this public, but I'm using it as an example. But you went to go help your, you know, South Valley, right, to do a thing. I went to go support you. I didn't post that you were there. I didn't have to. Yeah. I posted that I was there, and I just posted the worship. I didn't even post that I'm there supporting my boy, even though technically I supported everyone there. Yeah, but I really went because I was supporting my boy. You know, my brother. I'm supporting my brother. I didn't make it public. I didn't have to make it public. I could have made it public. I took a picture of you playing bass, so you look good too. You know, I might post that one now. No, I'm just kidding. But to me, that was private support.
Yeah,
that's support that no one needs to know I'm doing. I'm just doing it just to let the person that I'm there, that I'm with, or whatever. I'm just letting them know I'm there for you, and I got your back.
Yeah,
I got your back, and I got you. You know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then in their case, they helped us out with worship. My boy Rigo, man, killing it on the keys. And my wife's over there posting, like, we're just grateful for our worship team, you know? And it's not like we're trying to keep him secret or anything. Bro, we love Rigo, bro.
No, of course not.
Was a bass player. Sometimes he'd be helping us out in the future, too.
Yes, exactly. But to us, Chris. I love the public support, yes. Yeah. I love public support, like simply reposting something. That goes into the next question. But, well, it goes into the last question, so I'll wait. But, the next question is: do you support just everyone? Like, do you just support anyone, or do you pick and choose who you have to support?
I think it's wise to pick and choose who you have to support, and that's with anybody, unless you have no filter. Like, unless you're just like, yeah, you know what, go ahead and you want to start throwing some money here, or just helping this person, supporting yourself here. But like, there's a couple things to think about. Number one, who's gonna want support? You know, like who's looking for that support? Who's gonna want to change? Like when it comes spiritually, right? We obviously want to be able to reach everybody for God, but not everybody's going to want to change. You can only do so much with a person in discipling until you realize, dude, they just don't want it, you know? Yeah. And so the best thing you can do after that is you just pray. So what you do, you plant a seed, you know, and you just pray that God waters it and hopefully that they want to change. But you can't force somebody to change. But also with like other people, you know, like supporting friends and that. Like, you can support, like, political parties. A lot of people don't want to be showing that. A lot of people do. They got no problem doing that.
That's a private support.
That's either a private... No, yeah, see, A lot of people do it publicly.
Like, to me, it's private. I'm not gonna tell people who I vote for. I'm not gonna say my political beliefs.
Exactly, and I think it's
I
because
stay away from that.
We got a relationship with God. It's a little bit different. You don't want to be dividing the census. Like people, whether they disagree with you or agree with you, nobody has to know. You know what? And my public support politically, it doesn't define me. So,
No.
But a lot of people,
But to a lot of people,
they do that publicly.
That's
and that defines them.
That defines
that's their identity.
Who they are. Yeah.
Which is bad. But do you support just anybody? It could also be like you gotta support the right people. Like if you're looking to invest time into, like I said, anybody who wants to progress, move forward, do better for themselves. Support like Brandon. Like we love Brandon, man. Like Brandon,
My boy.
High Five Fitness, man. We want to be able to support him. I can't support everybody in the gym because it's almost like the support would be ineffective. Like what if I'm gonna promote Brandon as well as like 50, 60 other fitness groups, throughout the Central Valley. Like they're gonna be like, oh well, this guy he's just supporting anybody, as opposed to supporting one person, one style, then they'll be like, all right, it's a little bit more real because he's supporting this one person. Obviously, they got to mean something to him.
Exactly.
So in our case, we got to mean something when we support people.
That's so true. Like for me, I'm very, I pick and choose now who I support, because at one point I was supporting everyone. But then sometimes while supporting everyone, sometimes they can post something or say something, and because you support them, people will automatically connect you with them and say you believe the same way because you support them.
Yeah, see.
So then people have maybe the wrong mind or the wrong what's the word I'm looking for?
Perception?
Yes, they'll have the wrong perception of you because if you support them, that means you support what they say.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
Just because they said that don't mean I support that. I support the person in itself. But I might not support everything that comes out of their mouth.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to be wise of who you support. A friend of mine, I stopped supporting certain podcasts, certain people, because of the simple fact is because what you said out of your mouth
it's true.
will define who you are. And if you are around those people, they'll say, oh, those words define you too. Mm-hmm. When in reality, it doesn't.
Like, think of it like sermons that you hear online, different preachers. Hey, a lot of people have disagreements on who they listen to. So
oh my God!
So imagine you if you post or reposted one thing, they're gonna all of a sudden assume maybe you believe in what they believe in. It's like that's not the case. Maybe I just like the message that was being given at that specific time.
Just that one thing that they said that sparked something in me. Just because that one thing I came across the reel and I reposted it, doesn't mean I don't support the person 100%. But I do support what they said at that moment. Yeah, because it spoke to me at that moment. Yeah. Sometimes with pastors, I strongly dislike, and I'm just gonna be honest. I know a lot of Christians that follow us are they're about to stop watching right here. I strongly dislike when Christians themselves are talking bad about other pastors and other leaders. Yeah. If anything, dude, I don't like be that quiet, because you know what? God gave them. If they're false prophets, guess what? That's between them and God. Yeah. Oh, but Nehemiah, you're supporting what they say. Well, yeah, read what he said. That came straight from Scripture, bro.
if you get mad at our pastor, you get mad at God because he's reading straight from the Bible.
Because someone said to me, I'm not going to say the pastor's names, but there's certain pastors that I do listen to. Yeah. I don't listen to them all the time. It's not a religious thing for me to listen to them. But I do listen to them from time to time. And I had reposted this one pastor specifically. You know who he is. I'll tell you off air. And when I posted it, I kid you not, within 5 minutes, somebody sent me a DM and they're like, Nehemiah, I can't believe you support who they are. I thought you were a bigger man than this. And they were just bashing, going off on me. And you know what I did? Block. I don't know for what. I'm going to respond to you. And I'm like, why? Like, sometimes people's perceptions of people will block them from supporting people. And it's like, just because they might have said something wrong that one time, how many times have you said something wrong? Yeah. So picking and choosing who you support is very vital.
No, that's true.
Because I use social media. You can't always repost everything.
Heck no.
Because sometimes if you repost it and you go to that person's profile, and it can be something, it can be that one great thing that they said that you came across on a suggested and it was powerful. Yeah. But then you go on their profile and there's a bunch of nudity. Yeah. Nehemiah, I thought you were better than that. Joey, I thought you were better than that. Aaron, I thought you were better than that.
I did repost, man. It was something like 2 years ago. I reposted something it was real funny. You know, it was cool. It was relaxed. It was a funny
Yeah,
meme. But what I didn't repost, or what I didn't I didn't pay attention to, I didn't look at the profile name, man. It had the B word in it and stuff like that. I'm like, oh shoot. So somebody hit me up. Hey Joey, just to let you know, like, it's got like some bad cuss words in the profile name.
That's
like,
support.
oh shoot, I didn't see that.
When you have a good support system, they'll come and help and correct
exactly.
you.
A good support system that doesn't knock me down for it.
No.
That probably realizes, like, I don't know, Joey's the kind of person that wouldn't just post this if he would have saw that. So I'm gonna let him know and remind him.
Yeah.
Like I took it down immediately. I was like, oh shoot, that's not a good.
That's a great support system.
Yeah, yeah.
So you pick it and choose. Even be smart of who's in your inner circle, because not all of them support you.
Yeah.
Some of them will bash you.
See, you don't want to be bashed. You also don't want to be used, and that's a super important thing about.
So be smart of who you have around you, who you support, who supports you, because not everyone that's around you really supports you. And I'm gonna be honest, I've had to deal with this.
Yeah.
When I see certain things, I'm like, man, you say you support me, but I haven't seen it. And I know sometimes it's a quiet support, but when you can see what's being supported, you're like, really?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, for me not to get hurt, or for me not to, because sometimes it's my immaturity. I'm gonna be honest. I think sometimes my immaturity, or maybe the lack of their knowledge of support, because my strength of supporting, I support any and everyone. But of course now I pick and choose. But I support. If you're my boy, I support you to the end of this earth. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
I'll drop 3 a.m. I come drive to you.
My boy loves hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, when I don't see the same love return in the inner circle that I have, then I'm like, do you really support me?
Yeah.
Because now you say it out of your mouth, but your actions don't speak louder than what your words are speaking at the moment. You know? And then that sometimes I'm like, okay. You know? Sometimes like, okay, now I gotta know I gotta be careful how I drive this way, because they're not 100% supportive of everything you do. So now I can't tell you everything, because you're not gonna support everything like you say you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I'm sure you got a lot of stories too, and support's really, you got to be wise. And this is what I would say, like, especially like through the Bible, biblically speaking, like you want to be wise in how you guard yourself and your family. You know, who supports you, who you support. A lot of that stuff, you got to assess the situation. You got to really be able to discern people, get to know who people are, and you got to be wise on who you let in. That makes sense? Because otherwise you can get hurt.
But it sucks.
No, I'm not saying like.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying, because this is the thing. We've all been burned in the past, some way, form, or another. You know.
Yeah.
And so that the thing that sucks about that is because we kind of went through those situations. You don't want to like we talked about it before. Like, I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You know.
Yep.
So you don't want to like shut everybody off. Now I've seen it to the point where the extreme where you got people who just completely have everybody shut out, and like you have to work your way to even be a friend.
It's hard.
And support. Yeah.
I had someone next to me for a while. You know who he is?
Yeah.
Next to me for a while, where I supported him, his friends, everything they did. But when it came to my friends and my other people around me, it was always pointing the finger and talking bad and bashing people.
Yeah.
And it came to a point where I was like, okay, I can't have you around me no more. Because the good people that are actually in my life, you're trying to push away, because you know they support me to a whole nother level that you don't.
Yeah.
And it took a while for me to obviously realize that. But shout out to him. I love, he still got love for him. I saw this quote that says, supporting other success will never dampen yours.
That's good.
Like, it's that simple.
That's good. That's good. You know what? And what kind of support, like, what's the quality of our support? So, like, are we supporting in a bad way? We're supporting in a good way. I know people think support, like, your support is always helping, but it could be a false support.
But you can be helping, you can be, what's an example?
I was going to say, like for instance, a good thing, like Boss Podcast. There's some of our friends, right? Some of our best friends. And
great support right there.
They got a podcast, and we're going to support. It's not a level of competition that we have with them.
Oh, heck no.
It's more, it's a healthy relationship that we have with them. We want to see them be able to succeed in everything that they do.
Just as strong and just as much as us.
Yeah.
And I know they have the same exact way.
And
I'll support them over me supporting another podcast that talks about nothing.
Yeah. It's like somebody with great content. And then what they believe in, boss, big on saving souls.
Big on saving souls.
We're all about that, man. So it's hard not to support that, especially when we share the same values. So, but we can look at that and we don't bring them down. It's a good, healthy support.
The bad support would be you being there and talking negative the entire time about what they're doing. You're supporting them, but you're supporting them in a bad way.
Exactly.
You're the one that's always critiquing, talking bad. Oh, your lighting sucks. Your audio's horrific. Oh, your this and that. Oh, dude, that content sucked this week, bro. I don't know. You don't know like you. Were you sure you studied what you were going to talk about?
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's a bad form of support. Yeah. Like, don't be that guy that says that.
Support. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But you were gonna give an example though.
No, I was gonna use drugs as an example.
Okay.
Like, some people will support you when you're off drugs, but some people will support you to stay on drugs.
Oh, that's a great example. Yeah.
Like, some people in your life will support you. Bro, I'll take you to this and that. I'll take you to whatever program, whatever this and that. Bro, I'll fly to you, man. And look, I hope you're watching too, and I hope you're listening. You know who I'm talking to, who I'm talking about. It's like, bro, don't, like they're crying to you, talking about, oh, I need support. I want to get out of this drugs.
I know, exactly what I'm talking about right now.
I'm going to send them this clip. It's like, yeah, bro. Because I want them to know that I support you.
Yeah.
I support you in a great way, but the people that are surrounding you support you in a bad way because they want you to stay in your rut. They want you to stay in the dark season that you're in your life. And that sucks. If you have people in your life, I'm looking at the camera now. If you have people in your life that are not supporting you to get off of the drugs, but are supporting you to stay on the drugs, those are people that don't support you. No. All they do is they like to have you down because they want to use and abuse you because they know if your mind is right, they cannot stop you.
Not so good.
Sorry, I got excited.
Let me read the definition of support.
I'm about to throw something. I'm about to throw this phone at this camera right now. Because I know who I'm talking to, man. Get out of this. Get out of there already, dude. You know?
Look, definition of support. Just so you guys aren't like, oh, well, bad support isn't support. Because that's not the case, right? Bad support isn't support at all. As a matter of fact, you're bringing people down. So the support used as a verb says, bear all or part of the weight to hold up, right? Right. Number 2 says give assistance to, especially financially, enable to function or act. Used as a noun, it's a thing that bears weight of something or keeps it upright. All right. And then 2, material assistance. But thinking like
it's almost what we said: emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially.
Think about like in the Bible, it talks about like our yoke being like God's yoke is easy. Jesus' yoke is easy. You know. So he supports us. Major support system. And we're talking about the
Doesn't the Bible say iron sharpens iron?
Exactly.
That's support.
That walking with each other. Like, what do we talk about at church? We talk about prayer, discipleship, and outreach, right? We talk about sharing your testimony, doing letting God do the rest, right? We say we're doing life together, right? We link arms, man. We're walking together in faith, right? In discipleship, we do life together because we know that. Church. What is church? It's a community. It is a support system. Right. I talked to Viking Elementary School. We had talked to a vice principal a couple years ago. Well, I already explained this a couple episodes back when I was talking about Tiffany. And when we talked to the vice principal, one of the things that he said, he mentioned a couple of pillars of support. Number 1 being family. It was back on the family episode. Family. Number 2 being church. Right. Number 3 being the school. And number 4 being the community, right? Because, people say it takes a village to raise a child. Yeah. Right. So that's what he explained to us. And he was explaining how a couple of these support systems in the society now and this generation have been knocked down, man. Where a lot of times the parents rely not on the community anymore because we're not about that, right? We keep our social distance. No. We're all on social media, right? Not on family so much because you got the family that's relying on the last 2 things that we have now, which now schools are being brought down, support system of the schools when it comes to like gays, lesbians, and all that stuff. And just like the government dictating what the schools can be teaching now. Yes. So now schools are being brought down. So we got one left, man. The final support, the church, man. Yeah. And what are we doing to be able to support kids or just the community? Anybody. Yeah. Anybody. Right. One thing. The church is a hospital. We got to be able to support as a church.
What is it? What is a hospital? It's a support system for your life.
Yes. All right. When you get sick, where do you go to?
Hospital.
You sure you don't go to your house anymore to go get checked out?
Of course not.
If you go to my house, you can die.
You'll get more sick. No,
Bro, I'll start writing down your death certificate. I think I could do that.
All I'm saying is, man,
Go to the hospital. Go to
be
the church.
wise. Who you support and who supports you, because not everyone is there for you. The last question was, what are practical ways that we can show support? Just practical ways. To me,
how can you apply it right now? It's always good to apply things in your life. We always talk about these things. How do we apply it? Nemo, go ahead.
To me, I'll go light. I'll start light, then we can go deeper.
Give me a little bit.
The lightness, the simple way is, if a friend of yours, like Boss Podcast, is doing something, you repost it.
Yeah, why not?
Repost it, because we know that that's life. We know that there's life that's being brought to life.
Yeah.
There's life being brought to those cameras that other people need to hear.
Yeah.
Simple as a repost. It only takes a second. Okay, maybe 5-10 seconds. Wow. But you're going to just look at it and keep scrolling and go to the next thing? No, support. One thing that I like about your wife, Sarai, that she does is she reposts everything in Northeast.
She does, man.
Everything.
She does.
Everything. Like me, I repost everything we do. I repost mostly everything that Beef and Boss Podcast does. Anytime that Aaron, like when Aaron's it was Aaron's birthday, that's my boy. I'm gonna support everything he does. When it was their anniversary, I reposted it. It's just the little things of showing a repost. My wife, she's all right. She's doing all right now. I'm just kidding. She started. I got on her. I got on her. You know what? I don't care. I got on her. I told her, hey babe, I need you to repost our podcast. And she's like, I'm sorry, babe. I didn't even think anything of it. Because I know she supports, because I hear my voice and I hear your voice and I know it's not me watching, it's her. So I know she supports it. I know she does. Yeah. But it's like, hey, just repost it, babe. Because we never know who else can see it. Who else can see it? Simple as repost. 2, text the person. Text the person that's in your inner circle or even the outer circle you want to support, that you do support. Simple as texting them and saying, simple as saying, hey, what's up? How you doing? That's support.
Even like maybe even acquaintances, like just people like you miss or something.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be big support. No, it could be little support that make a big difference.
That's what I said. It's the little things. Reposting, texting.
Text somebody.
Hey, you have a friend who has a brand? Hey, support. Support is as simple as wearing their hat, wearing their merch, buying their hat. It's the simplest thing. Support them. It's a little thing. Just let them know that, hey, you're not in this world by yourself. What I saw a TikTok or I don't know if it was a quote, whatever, they said that your closest friends will never support. No, people that don't know you will support you faster than people that do know you. They'll buy into whatever you have faster than the people that are closest to you to buy into what you have. What was the TikTok? I was like, I'll be a lot richer if my why aren't you rich yet? Because you don't support me. They're like, because your inner circle sometimes.
And I've also seen a video where they say that people that know you, they ask for like discounts because they know you.
All right, what did you say again? I'm gonna have to say it because they can't hear you.
No, she said she's seen a video where she said that they said that people that know you will ask for a discount because they know you.
Yeah.
And if they really support you, then they would.
If they really support you, they would just do it without even telling you.
Yeah.
They'll just buy into it.
Yeah.
When me and Ashley were doing the t-shirt business in the Bay, no one ever asked me for a discount. They just supported.
Yeah.
My friends just supported. When I had the dream to start doing the studio upstairs, it was simple by me just telling you, and you hopped on it. It took a second.
Yeah.
It's like that. Just, hey, if a friend has a business, support their business.
Just do it.
Repost it. Text them. Tell them they're doing a great job. Buy into it.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's do spiritually.
Spiritually.
How can you be there for someone spiritually?
We're called to be with people, do life together, right? So,
how do you sharpen?
This is easy.
Iron sharpen
this is
iron?
easy. Stop the surface level conversations. Stop the surface level conversations. Have a deep conversation. Get to know people. It's like, what's going on? How are you doing? How's your soul? Where are you at in your walk with God?
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Yeah.
You know, start building each other. There are too many things. Too many times we have surface level conversations. Yeah. We need to have deep conversations. That's the only way you're going to grow. And I promise you, even when there's hurt in those conversations, bro, there is a massive amount of growth afterwards.
Yes. Oh
right?
my God, yes.
Like I got my okay. Like your inner circle doesn't just become your inner circle because you had small conversations. Like at some point, and man, I pray your inner circle is not just people that they're acquaintances.
That
Or
are
they don't
yes
really know
men.
who you
Or
are.
that
They're
are
yes
yes
men.
men.
Exactly.
Ooh, don't have yes men circles.
You need people that are like you're surrounded with that are just gonna lift you up, right? Support, lift you up, and they're gonna better yourself, man. So spiritually, I got people that are gonna take me to the next level. They're gonna help me go to the next level, that next dimension we always
The
talk
next
about.
dimension, yeah. The next dimension. How do you get to the next dimension? By
But-
having people push you.
Exactly. But deep conversations.
That's amazing. Because it's not until you have a deep conversation that you never know that weights can be lifted off of somebody. Another thing, really pray for people. I'm gonna be honest. I know that people was really, really praying with me when I walked into this interview this past week. Okay? And within 5 minutes, the conversation went from an interview, it went to a friendship. Like it was just it went into a conversation about God, about church, about how God's grace and when you're called and favored by God.
Bro, I promise you had people praying for you, man.
I know I had people. Don't get me wrong. I prayed.
I can give you a list. I won't,
praying.
but I can give you a list of people right now, bro.
I'll say the people that I know was praying for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, actually pray for somebody. Don't be that person that says, I'm going to pray for you, brother, just to get out of the conversation.
And you know what?
But sit there and pray for them.
You know what? That's good. Make it a challenge. There was one year, it was 2 years ago, back in 2020, I made it a challenge, right? Because we weren't having relationships, physical relationships. We were just talking to people. And so I told Sadi, and we did it like in Young Adults. We talked about it a little bit. We're like, I said, you know what? When I say that I'm going to pray for somebody, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing it right then and there. If I get off the phone with somebody and I'm just telling them, hey, I'm either going to pray for them right there on the phone.
Yeah.
Or if I tell somebody they're going through some stuff, I'll pray for you, brother. A lot of times, like you said, we always say, I'll pray for you. Oh, yeah, I'll pray for you. Like, when, bro? Well, pray for me right now, man. So then I made it a point because I'm a forgetful person and I'm lazy a little bit. And I say a little bit because I'm working on it. But everybody says,
he's over here saying,
no. Like, come on, man. Give me a chance, man. Where's your support at? Anyways, but I made it a point, Nemo, where I said, I'm going to go the extra mile. Every time I say I'm going to pray for somebody, I'm doing it right then and there.
Yeah.
And it started working.
You know what? And I can test to that because when I told you, hey, I've got this interview tomorrow, you prayed for me. Yeah. When I got COVID again, guys.
Hey, we got COVID.
We got COVID at the same time. But when we got COVID, you texted me. I told you, hey, we were on the phone, and I was telling you, I was like, hey, bro, I feel like I felt when I went to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you prayed for me immediately in that conversation. And to me, that strengthened me, whether I was feeling extremely weak, but my spirit was feeling spiritually strong.
Yeah.
Because, man, I got my brother praying with me. My wife, I felt her prayer. She had her hand on me. She was praying for me.
Yeah.
It's that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Pray for somebody. Don't. How do you show support spiritually? By
pray.
Really praying for them.
Really praying.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
And having deep conversations.
And having deep conversations.
Don't have these service. How you doing, brother? No, for real. How you doing? What's going on? You didn't look the same, bro.
Forget the high and by conversation, bro.
No, have real authentic.
Put some meat in that conversation.
Yeah. Man, me and Aaron, we had a whole another hour conversation after we shot that podcast a few
right?
weeks ago.
Bro, I'm sure you missed him, man.
4th of July. But
we wanted to know how he was doing.
We talked about spiritual, physical, emotional. We talked about all that off the podcast. Me and him sitting down, just like, hey, how you doing, bro? I miss you, man. Like, for real, how you doing?
Yeah.
But we've been able to build that relationship to where he knows when I ask him how you doing, it's really like, don't say you're all right. Tell me the truth. If you're all right, then okay, cool. But if you're not, tell me the truth.
Yeah. And you know what? If somebody doesn't want to tell you, that's okay.
That's okay.
Guess what? You could pray for them right then and there.
But then really pray
like, you
for
know
them.
what? You don't have to tell me anything. If you don't want to, not a big deal. But I just want to pray for you real quick. Yeah. And they're going to see that genuineness. That's going to give them an opportunity next time. Yeah. Like, I remember he prayed for me. I think I'm going to open up next time he asks. Yep. They're going to feel more comfortable.
Exactly. Their guard will be down.
The guard will be down.
Yes.
No more walls.
Oh, my God.
Forget those walls, man. Be smart about who you guard yourself with, right? But don't guard yourself from everybody.
No.
That's just plain stupid.
Real dumb.
Bro, forget about
and
put the walls down, bro.
What else? Another way of support is spiritually, become spiritually. When someone's doing a ministry, I believe when they're either starting a ministry or they're in ministry already, by supporting them by going to their events, being there, being there for them. Actually be there in the front worshiping. If they coming out with an album or they're doing a worship night, be there, worship them.
Yeah.
Worship with them. Let them know that, hey, like, because we know, we personally know what it's like to put on events and people not always show up. Or only the minimal show up.
Yeah.
But be there for people when
Dude,
they're
that sucks,
doing
man.
something. Oh, my God, man. I remember we put on a couple things and I'm like, and no one shows support. Like, oh, we have 5-6 people come. That sucked.
Yeah, for anybody, man, like think about how they feel. If you're a true friend, man, go support. Just go support whoever it is that putting on some stuff. If it's kids ministry, youth ministry, like we had Roar, bro. I'm over there looking at like, bro, they got a big support system, man. There's actually people who love the kids of our church,
Yes, let's go. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Because now my daughter's gonna grow up. Your daughter's gonna grow up. The other kids, they're gonna grow up saying, "Man, we got a strong support system in our church."
Yeah.
To me, in 2018. This is the first time I spoke in a very long time, right? The last time I spoke, I was like 16 years old, right? Now, 2018, that's 4 years ago?
You said what? 2018? 14?
4 years ago, I was 27 minus 4, I was 23?
Yep.
Okay, we had just had Isla. Was that 23?
You were 23 years
No,
old?
I was 22.
And the last time you spoke was 16?
22.
22, 23,
No,
33.
Yeah,
okay.
because I had Isla at 23 years old. So it was, yeah. Well, I actually had Isla. So, but
Oh, you had Isla?
But it was at 2018. I was speaking at our young adults, right? It was
Yeah.
the first time I was going to preach that night. And to me, what made me go out there and be even more confident when I saw the certain people show up. When I saw somebody on FaceTime because their husband couldn't make it, but he wanted to be there to see me, but he had to work. Shout out to you, bro, Darren. I was just saying, Darren. He was on his wife was there on FaceTime while he's working. He's not watching me, but he's listening to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bro, that strengthened me so much because like, dang, even him being at work, boy, pulling cable. You don't work for the company no more, so you can't get in trouble for this.
He's like, praise the Lord.
But he was pulling cable and she was on FaceTime because he wanted to make sure he heard me speak.
Yeah.
That's support.
Yeah.
That even though you couldn't be there physically, bro, you were still there. Even through a phone, but you were still there.
Mm-hmm.
That to me, that's real support.
Mm-hmm.
That's real support. When you drive an hour and some change to make sure you go help a buddy play drums or play guitar, whatever it is, that's real support. You're not doing it for the check because I'm gonna be honest. I haven't got paid much when I've gone an hour and a half to drive, 2 hours to drive. I've gotten a thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that because I was just there to show them I support you.
Yeah, that's true.
You're doing a conference.
The reward,
I support you. It's
the
way
reward
bigger.
later, bro, is greater than what the money can give you right now.
So practical ways to show support by reposting, like social media. Like I said, repost on social media. Tell them that they're doing a great job. Send them a text, a courteous text.
Prayers, deep conversations. Financially, man. You want to help somebody financially?
Yeah. Like shout out to you, bro. Like he didn't have to pay for my tire. We had the money to buy the tire, but he felt in his heart, I gotta support my brother.
Yeah.
That to me, man, meant a lot. That meant a lot. Like I said, I didn't need the money, but that's not the point. He wanted to support.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be a blessing to me. Bro.
If it's on your heart, man, especially if you know that God puts it on your heart, like
that's, man.
Like give.
Man.
Give,
Yeah. Show support. Fu mentioned it on his podcast, so I can mention it here. When he was starting Boss Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Roadcaster and we had upgraded to what we have now, the Zoom Live Track 8 channel, and he wanted to start a podcast. He kept talking to me about a podcast. I said, the only way he starts is if we start giving him equipment,
bro.
So
jumpstart that thing.
So what did I do? I talked to the wife. We gave him the Roadcaster. Hey, this is for your audio, bro.
Yeah.
Guess what? Boy got a podcast. I'm not saying that I jump started it, but what I did was I supported it and invested in it.
Yeah.
Just like he did the same thing for us.
He gave us the cloud lifters.
The cloud lifters. The reason why our mics sound good is because our boy, Like,
praise God, bro. I'm like, bro, I'll never go back.
It's a simple little thing.
Yeah.
As
we support each other, man.
Here. Like here, that's it. You know.
Let me say something real quick when it comes to support. Don't keep tabs.
No, never,
Bro,
never.
if you're keeping tabs,
Then
if
that's
you're
not real
doing it
support.
because you wanna
That's a
get
bad
something
support.
back,
That's a bad
bro,
support.
don't even try to support. Just get out of here. No tabs,
That's
man.
a terrible support.
I think of like 1 Corinthians, right? Chapter 13, and they call it love chapter. But also it says love keeps no records of wrong, man.
And also,
My wife and I, like, we don't keep tabs, man.
No.
Shoot. Let me just put mine back in my pocket.
I'm gonna make that a real. No, I'm just kidding. I won't
Do what
do
you
that.
want.
I
No,
won't
I
do-
do
I won't
it.
do
I
that
don't
to
care.
you. I won't do that to you. But it's that simple, man. Is when you support someone, make sure that you do it because you genuinely want to support them, not because you're looking for something in return.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
every time
absolutely.
you look for something in return, you will always be left empty.
Yeah, and I hope you left empty. If you
And
look
I
for something
want you
in
to be left empty.
so you can learn your lesson.
Every time I've
do it
supported,
right here. Your
bro,
heart.
if don't do it because of this. Do it because of this.
Yeah.
The moment that you do it because of this is the moment you fail.
Bro,
But the moment you do it because of this, the success will come.
That'll be your reward right there. It was
Man.
just face value, bro.
Bro,
Forget
to me, being able to go on here and just look at like Boss podcast, like it makes me happy. You know why? Because we were able to jump. Not I'm not saying we weren't. Not that we were able to jumpstart, but we were able to invest with. Hey,
it's encouraging.
Let me let you know this.
You encourage.
My investments never needs a return.
Yeah.
My investments don't have returns. I don't need 10%, 20. I don't need a percent.
You know what?
Just know that.
You know what the investment in that is? They got a platform. They're speaking to people, and they're gonna reach a congregation
That's
that
what
we can't
that's
talk
what my
to.
investment is. My investment is to be able to see people's lives be changed in it.
Yep.
That's it. I've never asked fool for a dime, bro, because that's not me. I don't care, bro. It's my boy. You know what I'm saying? Tim, that's my boy.
Oh, Tim,
You know what I'm saying? Right here's another quote. Surround yourself with people who have dreams, desires, and ambition. They'll help you push for and realize your own.
Yeah.
That's what we did. You went over there and you helped them with, the decor, the way it looks, little things like that, showing support. That's showing support. By us being able to watch it and just listen to it. Showing support, man.
Yeah.
I get the
I
notifications.
love their videos.
I get the notifications every Tuesday.
They just had one financial. They
financial
talk
one.
about financial one.
That's great.
More money, more problems.
I was actually there when they filmed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was actually sitting there. I was like, "Ooh, let's go!"
My boy
I
Nemo
like
was
it.
blessed
Like,
financially.
anytime I can go, I'm gonna go.
And then a week later, he got a better paying job. Everything, bro.
I got a great.
See what happens when you watch that episode, bro. I promise you, if you take the advice that God gives you and the message that they give to you, you'll be blessed, man.
So
You'll be blessed.
to wrap things up, just support. Have a genuine support. Don't be the support that wants something in return, but support because you genuinely just do. You genuinely love them. You genuinely want to support them. Like you said, even the people that are not in your inner circle, simple text of saying, hey brother, I was just thinking about you.
Just serve.
That's simple.
Just serve and support.
Yeah. A part of support is serving.
Yeah.
Be wise of who you support, because not everyone you need to be supported. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like I said, if someone's trying to get off drugs, don't be the support that makes them stay there. Be the support that pulls them out of there.
That's so good.
It's that simple.
Heck yeah.
If someone's dealing with an addiction, like drugs, or even dealing with with depression, be the person that doesn't make them more depressed. Be the person that pulls them out of the depression. Be the light to somebody in the midst of their darkness. That is the best support you can do.
And not a weak support. Give them that good quality support. Bring them out of those areas. Bring them out of those
Look,
areas.
If this chair didn't have good support, your boy
My
probably
man's
be
getting
on the floor.
Rolling. I got you, Nemo.
So, you got anything else to say, man?
That's it, man. What's like the last piece of advice you would say for anybody supporting? I mean, I know you kind of already said something like that.
I would say, no fake support, man.
Don't be fake.
Don't be fake. Be real in your support.
Yeah.
Just support. Make sure that you're the person that pulls somebody out of the addiction, not pushes them back in. There's two different types of support, good and evil. Which one are you gonna choose?
Yeah, man.
You got anything to say, babe?
Ashale?
This girl's not even here, bro.
Where'd she go, bro?
She just left.
It's the
us,
rapture, bro. Her clothes is right there, bro. We really get taken.
Just kidding. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this. Give us your input on support. If you stayed with us this long, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're listening to it on Spotify, make sure you leave us a rate. And thank you guys. Support us by sharing.
Support us by sharing.
It's the cheapest, easiest, free thing to do is support. And if you want to support us financially, you can always do it with the legacy members with Patreon. If you want to support us, $10 for the first 50. After 50, it goes up to 15. If you want to support us that way, so you can help us be able to live out what God has called us, purposed us, and placed us to do in this earth, in this world, then you can support us through Patreon. But if you don't want to support us through Patreon because you ain't got money, it's okay.
Way to do it, just share.
The easiest way is by liking, subscribing, and sharing on your platforms, social medias. TikTok. What else? Instagram. Facebook. We don't do Twitter.
And if not us, man, go find somebody else to support.
Support. It's that simple.
Support somebody. Support a family member. Support somebody who's in need. Anybody. I don't care. Do something, man. Just don't sit around all day.
Go support that. Go support by getting somebody a McChicken or something, bro. Somebody hungry, feed them.
Pay for somebody's gas, man.
Yeah. I know gas is expensive.
If you pay for somebody's gas, that's true love right there, man. That's support right there.
You never know. Someone's life can be changed. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's your boy Nemo.
Boy Joey. Appreciate it, guys. And Aaron. Love you, Aaron.
Come back, brother.
We're supporting Aaron, man. I
Babe,
love you, Aaron.
Thank you for supporting us.
Aaron. Thank you, Ashley.
Aaron, thank you for supporting us while you've been gone, man. We miss you, bro.
Yeah, we miss you too. We miss V, Malia.
Yeah.
I miss my wife.
You just had the I miss my wife.
I miss V, Malia, and Aaron.
Yeah.
I have to throw my wife in there. She'll yell at me.
She already skipped off after you started saying, man, this boy lying. He'll be supporting.
Cut me off halfway, bro. See, we'll support her.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Later, guys.